I often talk about my characters. They're real people. Yeah, I mean, if people ask me, how do you find your characters? Well, they are real people, but I look for people to fill a role in the book as a character would fill in fiction. Somebody asked me while I was on tour for this book, did you make your bad guys out to be more bad guys because it would help the story? And I said, well, they were pretty good bad guys, but I stuck with them because they helped the story. And I said, you know, I did look for bad guys. I wanted there to be bad guys to balance the good guys. I mean, that's, but there's no reason to fight it. It's human nature. We are a storytelling people. And think of every major thing we do, whether it's law. Law, any trial comes down to narrative, counter-narrative. Defense attorney, prosecutor. That's what Amanda Knox was. Again, here's one version of events, here's another version. Which narrative do you believe? Which story do you believe? Politics is the same thing. Here's Barack Obama, this kid raised in Hawaii, biracial. He told this wonderful narrative of his life. Versus here's John McCain, war hero, or perhaps fuddy-duddy who's too old to be in politics anymore. Narrative. Policy was a big part of it, of course, but it's narrative versus counter-narrative. So I tell people, religion is the same way. My God versus your God. Jesus Christ was a carpenter's kid, born humble origins. You know, Muhammad the prophet is the same thing. These are narratives. In every major facet of life, it comes down. What is a family but a narrative? You know, we came here from Ireland 100 years ago, and we were in the tossed sea that finally got us here. It's crazy to fight it. We are a narrative people. My one advice to readers always, whether you're writing fiction or nonfiction, is make sure when you close that book, when you close that manuscript, that the people inside of it are alive, that you're going to want to visit them the next day. They're not past tense. They're not passive. And if that's the case, if you just give us the minimal degree of page-turning suspense, and people will return to it. People do have to find their voice. I had to go through my dry period. It's not easy. This is not a profession where you get out of college with all your talent and announce yourself to the world. I mean, there's 1 in a million who does that. Most people go through the desert, and serious writers will find their voice. And you try on different things. I ask people sometimes just to be a literary ventriloquist. I mean, when I was writing, sometimes in my year when I was just trying to find my voice, I would just write a passage of Hemingway, a passage of F. Scott Fitzgerald, just to see what it felt like to have that course through my fingers. You know, on my screen. Oh God, I'm writing F. Scott Fitzgerald. This is beautiful. This is what it's like. So I mean, be a ventriloquist. Try on different voices. Be funny. Be contradictory. Be argumentative. Be engaging. Be you know, an old-fashioned voice. Be a fresh voice. Try on things. Something will fit.